Hit the right note in Jobs for the Girls.
It's 4 hours until we start to sing in front of an audience of 9,000 people.
9,000 people in the audience and 75 people in the orchestra. It's probably the biggest audience we've ever performed to in our lives. I mean, live it is, isn't it?
Yes, oh yes,
Oh,
quite
yes.
definitely.
And please don't forget your words, please.
Okay, we're going to do that favourite now, I Will Survive. I'm looking for a couple of people that just 2 girls over there.
Linda and I have been known to belt out a number or two on the old karaoke, but the idea of us becoming classical singers seemed about as likely as winning the national lottery without a ticket. If we survived this, it would be a miracle. In 3 months' time, we had to perform in a concert with a full symphony orchestra.
How do you feel? In good voice today?
I do.
Our first nervous step into the world of classical singing was with a choir at the Royal College of Music, conducted by Graham Caldbeck.
We're going to sing an arrangement of a folk song, Strawberry Fair, which you may have heard of.
I'm going to Strawberry Fair.
That's the other one. It's the other one. Not that one, it's the other one.
Oh, that's Scarborough Fair.
That's right.
Thank you.
So if you'd like to come over here and take your positions, I'd like you to have a go at singing second soprano.
Who's first then?
See if you behave yourself.
All right.
So if you'd like to stand there.
Who's first?
So you're Anna's singing first.
Right.
The main thing is you don't...
Listen behind.
Rifle, rifle, falling in the light. Oh, rifle, rifle, falling in the light.
Michael Webber is music advisor to English Heritage. They were organising the concert and he'd dropped in to tell us what we were in for and have a sneaky listen.
Just do the last...
I can't reach that last one, Graham.
Can you not do that?
No. I don't think... I can't, honestly.
Just
Me and my new friends came.
mime that last bit. Okay, let's go from your cherries, first 3.
Wasted years ago, love.
Right, 34.
34.
34. 1, 2. Well, it's a very tall order, and you're going to have to do a lot of work. And people are actually paying to hear you, which at the moment would be difficult to imagine, even though you've done very well within a choir.
It's an open-air concert at Kenwood in northwest London. Obviously, you've got a little way to go yet, but you're on the road.
Linda and I are going to be on our own, aren't we, for the actual concert?
Well, you and 75 musicians and a conductor, and with any luck, there'll be 8,500 to 9,000 out in the audience.
And what will we be doing? What are we going to sing?
You'll be singing Rule Britannia, just like they do at the last night of the proms. But it's not intimidating. I mean, I don't think you'll be scared of it. No, it's not.
No,
it's
we'll love it,
just like
Michael,
walking
won't we?
into
It
a
is.
supermarket.
It is
really,
exactly
yeah.
the same, really.
Exactly the same.
But where'd you
Going
find a
to
supermarket?
Sainsbury's,
Yes.
8,000 people looking at you while you buy a tin of beans.
Could be 9. And a few thousand outside.
And you'll be singing with one of Britain's leading opera singers, Leslie Garrett. So I'm sure you will be totally surprised at how much you will improve. But you need to find a good singing coach to help you with basic things like breathing and developing the range of your voice and the control of your voice. And if they recommend exercises, do them.
Now then, as you breathe in through your nose this time, up you come.
We expected vocal gymnastics from a singing teacher.
And really stretch, come on, big.
We weren't expecting physical jerks, but breathing and relaxation exercises are essential, according to Tona de Brett.
Your voice starts below the belt.
I don't know where that is on me anymore.
Oh, we'll find it, don't worry. You've got a friend there to help
good,
you now,
yes.
you see. I mean, if you literally go, yes, coming. Yeah. Baby. Now, although there's no baby there, it's...
Don't know, you don't know, dear.
Oh, I think I'm past it, dear. Yeah. Now, you see, you're slightly holding it in the throat. There. Now, if you were to put a little H in front of it and go, ha, ha, that's better. That's better. Ha, 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 ha. Brilliant. Harmony, too. Great. Very good. But now, stop. Yes.
Pauline and I soon stopped laughing when we heard the voice we'd be singing with. Leslie Garrett performed Rule Britannia at the last night of the proms in 1990. She does look confident, doesn't she?
Yeah, but she's selling it as well as she's singing it. Good on you, girl. Oh, God.
The concert season in the grounds of Kenwood is a big event in the musical calendar. Leslie Garrett was keen to show us the ropes. Please God, she'd still be keen when she'd heard us sing.
Come on, this is it.
Oh, my God.
Now be careful, you've just fallen over a load of drums there. That's where the timps will be. Big orchestra here. This is going to be full of instruments and people playing them. This is the woodwind, will be here. And brass will be up there. And then all this will be strings. Masses of strings, because it's going to be big sound, is this. The first time you walk into this kind of arena with this number of people, you are very nervous. But the first moment is the worst. When you stand here at the very beginning and you're thinking, you know, I've got to do it yet. That's the worst moment. Smile, chin up, chins. I tend to not look at the audience just to start with. And then when you start to feel a bit more comfortable and you're into it, then you can catch the whites of the eyes, because the communicating is the best bit of it.
Now, voice-wise, I mean, are you born with an operatic voice, or is there a lot more in the training?
I think good voices are born. I think then you have to train them, and train very hard. I was training 9 years before I got anywhere. You have to be able to fill a big space naturally, because being mic'd up is not something that's allowed in the theatre, in operas. It's perfectly legitimate in a space like this. But also, it's not just about volume, it's about quality. As I'm sure you're finding, you've got to make the most beautiful sound you can.
Right then, this open mouth bit is very important because you'll get good, rich, big quality, and we need a big sound for Kenwood. Rule Britannia! You see, ta! You want space. Why don't you try? Rule Britannia!
Oh dear, oh dear.
God help us.
We've been told that we're going to sing Rule Britannia, and what will happen there with like the verses and that? Will we all sing them together, or are we going to be good for individual verses? We are.
We're going to do solos. We're going to do solos, Linda. I'm going to do the first verse, and then who's doing the second verse?
I'll go first.
Which you're going to do one each.
Second, yeah.
And then the fourth verse, we're all going to do it together, and I might throw in a few twiddles. You ought to sing while you're here, and then you'll feel more confident about it We could run through it if you like.
Maybe it's because
I'm a Londoner.
that I love London. Take it off your back. Whoa! Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner.
Wonderful.
Hopefully we'll learn it before the
I think
day.
what's worse is doing it with like someone that's really good, like Leslie Garrett.
Leslie Garrett.
I mean, you're going to stand out more, aren't you?
No, she's going to stand out more. Oh, don't. It's
God help
frightening,
us.
though,
It is really, yeah.
Are you frightened?
I'm petrified.
Yes, I want you to be as petrified as
First I was afraid, now I'm petrified.
Between singing lessons with Tona, we went to the Theatre Royal Drury Lane to get help from a friend who sung leading roles in many West End musicals, including Miss Saigon. He's our old mate from Birds of a Feather, Peter Polycarpo.
Oh my goodness.
What being here today will give you is an idea of the scale of the sort of work that you're going to have to do. Because everything will have to be slightly bigger, especially a lot bigger than television.
Even with mics?
Body language, not with the singing. I'm talking
I
about the physicality of what you do, sorry. And here, you get a much better understanding of how to carry yourself, of how to present it to the audience, of how to show the confidence in your body language to them. This song is about freedom. Is about believing and being proud of your country, being a patriot, and feeling strong against all comers. But what I want to do is I want you to lose a bit of the tension, a bit of the nervousness. So let's do it the way that would make you more comfortable. We're going to have a go for it in Cockney dialect. So this is Trevor, okay? Trevor, after 4. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Rule Britannia, one Britannia rules the waves. Britons never, never, never shall be slaves. Oh! Rule Britannia, Britannia rules the waves. Britons never, never, never shall be slaves. Rule Britannia, Britannia rules the waves. Britons never, never, never shall be slaves.
I know that bit.
Lovely, thank you, Trevor. Thank you very much.
Trev.
Now, how relaxed that was.
Do you think Leslie will mind doing it like that?
As the loud blast. Much, much, much better, but without the in front of it. Can you just make it as? Yeah! Oh, we're getting there.
More dreadful from each foreign stroke. More dreadful, dreadful from each foreign stroke.
Lovely, and now? Hang on. Oh, yeah. Okay.
As the loud blast that tears the stars,
Yes.
serves but to root thy native oak.
I mean, that was so...
They are what?
I mean, but that was... But the way you carried it was so much better.
Will but arouse,
Great.
arouse thy generous flame to walk the wall and thy renown.
Right.
Can't get the breath, Tona.
You jolly nearly did. It's very important to remember to relax before you take your breath. Because if everything is tight and then you breathe on top of it, it's only going to go high.
Da, 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 da. Carry on.
Tyrants ne'er shall tame all their attempts to bend thee down.
Yes.
All
Wait, all their attempts to bend thee down. Now, the haughty tyrants ne'er shall tame all their attempts to bend thee down. No one is going to get the chance to subjugate
have one over on me,
us,
babe.
us
Right.
as a nation.
That's right, because I'll mark their cards well and truly.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
And all their attempts to bend thee down.
Bend thee down?
What's-
I'll give them bend thee down.
Yeah. What's that going to do?
Give me the right hand, Pete.
Yeah. Why? Because it's going to what?
Because it's going to arouse thy generous flame.
Absolutely.
That's right.
And what's going to happen to them?
Well, they work their woe and thy renown.
Yes.
Not
So in
really
other words, them having the hump with you.
That's right.
Is only going to be the worst for them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You sing it in your own words, Paul.
1, 2, 3, 4. So think about those words.
Yes.
Right. And
The haughty tyrant to walk the
That was really nice.
Ooh, well done.
Rule Britannia, Britannia rules the waves. Come on.
The Britons never, never, never shall be slaves.
Now that was that. Listen, when you're enjoying it and when you're going with it, that is the wonderful and so much better than when you first started. I want you to go out there at Kennington and really sell it and give it some balls.
Kennington.
Kennington?
We could do that at Kennington. It's Kenwood's the problem.
We were probably more nervous than we'd be on the big night when one of the world's greatest sopranos, Dame Quirke invited us to give her a private performance in exchange for some tips.
More dreadful from each foreign stroke. More dreadful, dreadful from each foreign stroke.
That's lucky when you do that.
It's not lucky. It's not lucky because it means you've got to go back and start again.
You might as well get the giggles now, though.
Right. Yeah.
I think this is the best time. And then when it comes on the night, you'll be the true professionals you are, and you're going to get out and you're going to do it because you have to do it. Because everybody else they're going to say, well, what are they carrying on about? You know, I remember somebody once said to me, well, why are you nervous? I'm not. And that's the big thing. You think, well, they're not nervous. Just imagine it's after interval. Guess what they do in interval?
Oh, they have a little drinky.
They'll be fine.
Having listened to us singing our verses, is there certain parts that you think we should be working on more?
Well, when you start, I think you already start this way. I think it's you punch it out. They want to hear the first bar. Still more majestic shalt thou rise.
Oh, it sounds
She's
so
good,
lovely.
isn't she? You're good, I'll tell you.
But some of the verses are difficult, no matter what she said, because I know I started in April. I sang it on the 12th of September, and I started in April learning this.
Maybe we should leave it till next August.
Why did you start so soon? Because it just needs that length of time.
Because when the nerves move in, everything else goes out the door. It's just terrible what happens, and you go out and everyone's cheering and they're loving you and the applause, and you don't know when the orchestra's going to start, and then it starts up and you can't hear it, and you've got to be able to cut off from everything in order to be able to just start your verse. And I made myself remember one key word in each verse, and that was my solid rock. It's like in the very first verse, the azure main was such a strange word that I couldn't forget that one in the first verse. And then in my second verse, the majestic. In fact, you should sing each other's verses, and you would correct her, and she would correct you, because she's singing your verse and you're singing her verse. And you've both learnt it. So between the two of you, you're not going to miss out a single word, because someone will step in. And so if you want to hold each other's hand, there's nothing wrong with that, because you'll give each other courage. And sometimes a squeeze is you've done well, so you can encourage each other all the way along.
Stupid cow, why didn't you breathe?
But there's so many things that you can, if holding each other is the way to do it, then do it, because you're a team.
What I'm hoping for, what would be perfect, once Leslie has started singing and we can hear what the band, how can we, what the orchestra sounds like and the level, and when she's singing you think, God, yeah, this is it. And so at least you've got that time that she's singing to get into it. Like, this is me kidding myself here, help me.
I'm just frightened I'll sing your verse. A month to the concert, and our training wouldn't have been complete without a visit to the Royal Albert Hall, the home of Rule Britannia.
Look at
Isn't it?
that.
Oh my God. Sarah Walker has had the honour of singing it at 2 last nights of the proms.
It's totally unique, the sense of excitement and occasion as you walk on through the tunnels. And I love the audience here. You just look around at them, they're all dying to be entertained. They can't wait for you to entertain them. You could do anything and they would cheer to the rafters. It is a great experience. It's absolutely wonderful.
To remember the words
They're
is
good,
almost
aren't they?
impossible,
yeah,
isn't it?
They're
So
the most
just
awkward
us.
words that were ever written. I think they're terrible. I believe one of my illustrious Confederates on this platform actually had her words on a shield.
Oh, right.
Yeah, which was frowned on at the time, but I sympathised. I really did.
That's right.
So how different will Kenwood be to this? I mean, obviously it's outside and what have you, but...
It'll be very different because you have no natural acoustic. And unlike an enclosed space, you might not hear the audience joining in as much because they'll be a long way away, and of course they're not amplified.
Now, your dress has got a bit of a secret attached to it, hasn't it, Sarah?
Yes, it probably does.
What does
You're going to show
Are you going
us
to
what
show
it
us
does?
what it does?
Well, I don't know. I mean, you see, the trouble is I do like to have a bit of music for that kind of thing.
Well, funny you should say
Music,
that.
maestro, please.
What can I say? Don't take your eyes off.
Oh, it's brilliant!
Exactly. Brilliant.
We might never sing at the Royal Albert Hall, but we wanted to look good at Kenwood.
So we went with Leslie to meet top designer David Emanuel, who's dressed some of the world's most beautiful women, including Elizabeth Taylor and the Princess of Wales. So how would he see this trio of Britannias?
You know, do we want to be red, white and blue?
Could be. Since there's three of us.
What do you think?
I don't red.
I don't think we want red.
No,
I love red.
You love red?
Good. Well, you're wearing
You can
red.
have
I mean, so we can make you quite strong.
Yes.
Red, white, blue.
Yeah, because you're blonde, you'd look good in, and you've got a nice tan, so you'd look great in white. Now, I'm not being rude, but presumably you're going to be a mummy soon.
Yes.
And so, are you concerned that I camouflage the bump in your tummy, or are you not fussed about it?
If it's at the cost of something looking not that nice on me,
Right.
with you trying to hide the fact
Yeah.
I'm pregnant, then let's not try and hide it and maybe make something of it.
But what about legs?
I'll shave them on
She's
the
got.
night.
She normally shaves the front. But for the,
Actually, if it's longer, I don't have to, do I?
make it well, honestly.
No, do you like showing your legs?
You know, because otherwise, you know that stuff what you have to put on when you cut yourself shaving. She'll have that all at the front of her legs.
No, right, legs. Sorry, serious conversation here. One of the experts in the fashion world. Sorry, David.
She's no fashion guru.
I am not a fashion guru. What was I going to say? My legs ain't too bad.
She's got a lovely pair of legs
But
on
having
her,
said
David.
that, everybody pregnant now, they usually blow up like barrage balloons.
Yeah. No, I was just wondering if we made you sort of like a loose top, and then perhaps with the skirt, we could just slash it to so, perhaps to the knee, and then you could show some leg. You see, something like that.
Did you give her shoulder pads then, Dave?
Do you see what I mean?
It's really lovely.
Do you see? So this is all loose and gallons of fabric in there, right? And then, so you, and if I just keep the démonté round the top, right, and keep all the focus on there, and then the only other focus you've got when you do move is you've got a leg showing. Right, Linda, what are we going to do for you?
She's got terrible legs. Oh, she has got terrible legs. Billy
I've got good
Bremner.
legs for a footballer.
Oh, right.
She's not got great legs.
Such a good beauty.
I think we should, darling, keep you soft, white and pretty, and I'll find this fab chiffon from Paris, and you can look all pretty and cheekbones and lips and I mean something like that.
Oh, look.
That's
lovely. That's really nice.
Do you think?
Yeah.
But loose and gauzy. I think I want to keep it quite clean round here, soft sleeve, and then really coming out. And you, darling, we have to make you look major dramatic.
Yes, please.
Are the shoulders good? I'll have a look afterwards. Are the shoulders great? Oh. Major cleavage.
Sorry.
Love the cleavage.
Oh, the cleavage, yes, I've always had that.
And you love boned things tight.
Yes, I do like to feel something touching me, and you know, you don't want it to be so tight it impedes the breathing, but it's just
push against the
lovely
rib cage,
to be able
the
to
diaphragm.
feel the breathing apparatus, if you like, working against something.
No, we'll keep it sort of a bit wicked lady as well.
Yes, nothing round
No.
the neck, of course.
No, keep
you
all
know.
that clear.
Yes.
You need that clear, do you?
Yes, you do.
So she wants her foot knees hanging out, basically. You know, they'll be looking out on the
When he became the Phantom of the Opera, even Michael Crawford found it tough to master an operatic style. But he persevered with the help of his singing teacher, whose students include many top stars of musical theatre, Ian Adam.
Then one day, we were working on a particular exercise, very high in a voice. He said, that's what it's all about. not to think I'm singing high, to think I'm in the focus of the voice. And, you know, he's very bright, and from then on, there was no looking back. Just both if you do for me, Yeah, I don't think it's anything funny. It's like, think you were saying U-N-G, And if we do this, see how much power you get without pushing your voice. See, most people are doing, they're doing and trying to put it back in the throat, and they're getting half as much sound because you're getting It's a really resonant ringing sound, yeah? Can we try it? Now you're pulling up, that's wonderful. Into A. And that's higher than Rule Britannia. Now we'll get off and we'll get into the song. Jonathan, do you think we could? Now let's do as the loud blast, the blast that tears the skies.
As the loud blast that tears the skies, serves bad to rue. That's my little problem word.
No, not anymore.
No, not anymore, no.
No, because you're going to connect it, just like threading it through. When you connect that, the root going through there, it's to pull up inside yourself and connect inside your anal muscle. If you think you're dying to go to the lavatory, this is a terrible thing, and you think the only way you can keep is by pulling up there.
It.
That's right.
I think you're all obsessed with your bottoms, quite honestly. Linda, please, people are trying to have their tea.
Shall we try that again?
Yes. As the loud blast that tears the skies, serves bad to thy native oak.
Yeah, and don't do this with your head.
Oh, don't.
Thy native oak. Because if you bump your head around, it sends a sound around, you know.
All right.
3 weeks to the concert, and we nervously phoned America, where Michael Crawford was preparing his brand new show at the MGM Grand Hotel in Las Vegas. Hello, Michael?
Hi, Pauline.
Hello, how are you?
Okay. How are you?
I'm very well, very pregnant at the moment, but very well. Yes.
Not long to... We should talk fast, maybe.
OK then, well, I've got a couple more weeks, so yeah, but... we're worried that we're going to be so nervous on the night, Michael, that we're not going to be able to do the song justice. How do you cope with nerves?
Go out and make friends with the stage first. I think that's a nice thing to do, is to go out on the actual surface that you're going to sing on and just know what it's going to feel like. Know how far it is going to be to walk out there. The orchestra inspire you beyond belief. When you start to hear a large orchestra play, it just brings tears to your eyes.
Voice warm-ups. Have you got any particular favourite warm-ups that you like to do before you go out on stage?
I think you keep humming. You positively must do a good warm-up. I usually start about 2 hours before I start, but apparently Pavarotti does 20 minutes, so maybe there's something I don't know.
So any last-minute tricks, apart from saying a prayer, or...?
Hold your backside very tight and sing those notes as hard as you can.
Just do that, whoa. Now support it on the way. Whoa. Okay, that's great. Now we'll but arouse. We'll but arouse the generous flame to walk the wall and thy renown. Yes.
Something we wouldn't be able to practice till the day was singing with an orchestra and a conductor. So we went to Oxford Town Hall to meet someone who's become a very famous conductor and just happened to be performing Rule Britannia.
Do you ever get nervous, Sir Edward, when you're conducting?
You always have a tension, yes. And it usually disappears directly you start unless there's some incident. Just the same thing if you're making a speech. You don't convey any passion or power or conviction to an audience unless you have got a degree of tension. The difficult people, of course, are those who've got so much tension they can't perform.
That's right.
Then you're not affected in that way.
Well, we're hoping we won't be on the night.
Could you explain to us who follows who, really, with the conductor and the singers?
Well, in my view, it should be the conductor is following the soloist, That should always be the case.
Don't take our eyes off him.
Never. Not
Well,
for a
you don't
second.
have to sort of glare at him in the eyes, because you want to look at the audience. The audience wants to see you. You just keep out the corner of your eye, and then you'll see up. The other important thing about it, of course, is the words. And the correct words are Britannia rule the waves. There is no S on it.
No.
Britannia rules the waves, which some people always thought it was. So the injunction to Britannia is rule the waves. In other words, keep these waves under control because they're very dangerous. And the audience loves Rule Britannia.
Yeah, that's what everyone has said. At least it's a song that the audience can join in, so we...
You're going to have an interesting time.
I'm sure we are.
With just a week to the performance, it was time to rehearse the verse we sang with Leslie and to meet our conductor, Stanley Black, who's appeared with symphony orchestras all over the world.
They're so game. They're really putting everything they have into this. So, I mean, normally, professionally, you would start with a small recital or a small concert, maybe a couple of hundred people, maybe your auntie in the front row. I mean, we're starting with thousands of people, or they are starting with an audience of thousands of people, and I think they may find that daunting, and nerves can play horrible tricks.
Still Mama Jazz!
That's mine! I just sang that!
Now, these pickups are really important. You know what we mean by pickups? You know,
where you start?
The first note of each phrase.
And each one.
Because if
So
they're
for
really
each
nice
line.
and firm, then it carries you through the whole phrase. And also, after the pickup, you very often then, for instance here, arose, you get a run on one word or one syllable. Now, it's very important to try, if you can, to give each of those notes a separate extra little attack to kind of bounce off the pickup. Arose! Like that. It'll get you through, and then you'll be finished before you know it.
There's another thing you should be ready for. The difference between singing to a piano accompaniment and singing to an orchestra. See, with a piano, you're comfortable, you're easy, and you're familiar with the sound of a piano. It's comfortable, it's easy. With an orchestra, you've got 4 different types of sound: strings, woodwind, brass, percussion. Okay? But try not to separate them in your mind. Try and listen to it as a whole orchestra, as a complete sound.
The day we'd hoped would never come had arrived. The concert was a sellout, and in 4 hours' time, Pauline and I would be walking onto the platform at Kenwood in front of 9,000 music lovers.
So there were 2 very frightened divas joining Leslie Garrett on stage for a rehearsal with Stanley Black and the Wren Symphony Orchestra.
Leslie Garrett, Pauline Quirke and Linda Robson. Would you like to have a go at this?
We can do that. How can we see him? We can't even see you, can we?
It's very unusual to find singers that want to see a conductor, don't you think?
I won't know when to come in if I don't see him.
You will.
Can we do all that with these and all that?
You should be nearer to him than I.
Oh, hysterical actresses, calm down. Oh my God.
Sir, yes, go. When Britain first attempts command, arose from out the Asian main.
They're keen at these English heritage concerts. As we rehearsed the song, people were already arriving with their picnic baskets to claim the best spots.
It would be an evening of good wine, good food and good music, if Pauline and I didn't put them off.
Rule Britannia, Britannia rule the waves. Britain never will be saved.
Everything felt so different, and by the time we got to my verse, the nerves were really taking hold.
The haughty tyrants free, look.
I'll be ready for you
You forgot to tame your haughty tyrants.
I might do it tonight, Stanley, I swear. Crappy dress run, great show.
Please God.
Please God.
By 7 o'clock, there wasn't a blade of grass to be seen. 9,000 people isn't the most comforting sight for two first-time classical singers.
Just have a little look. Please have a little look. Please, you've got to have a look, because I've had a look now and I feel sick, so I want you to have a look and feel sick as well. That's it.
You boss! There's millions of people out there.
At least we had some supporters. Tona de Brett was out there, and Peter Policarpo had come to cheer us on. While some members of the audience had been asked to give their honest opinions, opera fan Derek Jameson was there, and the television music producer and presenter Humphrey Burton.
Always to introduce him to you, Stanley Black.
We weren't on till the second half, but once the concert began, the time started racing by.
Finish the programme with the overture Ruslan and Ludmilla by Glinka.
I feel sick. I feel really sick. Got butterflies. I didn't sleep last night. I spent most of the afternoon in the loo. Apart from that, I'm fine.
It's like waiting to go in the dentist. A really bad dentist that didn't train at dentist school and doesn't like me. That's how I feel. He's whipping them up to a frenzy out there. I don't know how to break it to Lindsay, but they're coming every 5 minutes now, the contractions.
Shall I tell her this?
She wouldn't find it funny, I don't think. Oh, is that the interval? Is that the interval? It's come round quick, isn't it? They're speeding up out there. So that all the bingo started.
My heart is over there, right on that stage back there at the moment. Just so much luck.
The blaster. What's it so loud?
It's not cue for the loo here, is it?
Where's the ladies? That way, I think. We're getting nervous. You were wonderful. We were listening.
Nothing we can do about it now. We'll try and relax, and I'm keeping everything crossed. Everything.
Oh, look at you!
Isn't it nice?
Princess. Fabulous, darling.
It's like a fairy tale dress, isn't it? Shame the voice doesn't match it, really, isn't it?
Well, can't know anything about that.
Take your time.
Pass her over my lacy stay-ups.
Lacy, please God, they stay up. I think we should drink this before the show.
I wish I was really that tea. Oh, I love it. I love it. It's all cold.
Some Kiri. Kiri! As into Kenwood.
Oh, lovely. Don't touch us till afterwards, love. Kiri. Oh, isn't that lovely? Still more majestic shall thou rise.
What is it? 3 minutes to go before your number now.
3 minutes?
Just after this piece. So if you'd like to make your way round to the other side of the stage.
9:10. We've got to go. We've got 3 minutes. I'm not doing ribs, honestly.
Remember the words and enjoy it. Right.
Breathe.
It's a song.
Breathe.
It's a song.
Breathe.
It's an open heart surgery we've got to perform.
This is your last performance before the labour wall.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Music still with freedom found.
Love you. God bless. Love you. God bless. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. No problem.
It's us now, isn't it? It's us now. It's us now. 5 minutes, it'll all be over.
Now we're delighted to welcome on stage tonight 3 singers, one of whom is on stages the world over, Leslie Garrett.
Should I go on now?
And with her, 2 singers who have not sung on any stage before and are making their debut tonight with their full symphony orchestra. And we're pleased to present Pauline Quirke and Linda Robson. And we hope you'll support and help them by joining in the choruses at the end of each of the verses of Rule Britannia.
Arose from out the crowned and manly hearts to guard the fair. Rule, Britannia, Britannia, rule the waves. Britain's never will be sad. Rule, Britannia, Britannia, rule the
Robson.
Well done, you were wonderful. I've never been so nervous in my life. And look at me, I'm crying and everything.
Once we'd started, I really
Got a lot of
enjoyed
people.
it.
I counted at least 9,005 out there.
That's just your family.
Oh, my head. No shame. Oh!
They never.
We'll have to go back.
Else. Come on.
All the laurels tonight are theirs. They should savour this moment.
You know, let's face it, they're not Quirke to Kanawas, but they did a very creditable job of that.
They looked so great standing there, didn't they? In front of this huge crowd who responded to them. And I thought it was every bit as good as the last night of the proms.
There they were, standing against Leslie Garrett, who's one of the world's great sopranos, and they still managed to stand there and not falter and keep at it. That's one of the things that you've got to hand to them. They've got courage, and they've got this Yiddish word chutzpah. They've got the nerve to come and do it, and bravo to them for that.
They enabled the audience to enjoy themselves, and that's what it's all about. And you don't have to be anybody.
Before that, there'll be the